Hello, hello, everyone. So, have you ever felt exhausted by your business to the point that even thinking about making yet another sales post makes you want to throw your phone in the ocean? Listen, I see you. The late nights of overthinking your content offers, launches, the anxiety before hitting post or go live. Because what if all you ever get is crickets again? And the frustration of knowing that you have something so powerful to offer, but you feel invisible. So, if you've ever felt like your business is just spinning its wheels while you lose your fire, drop a fire in the comments because today we are going to start burning that cycle to the ground. So, while we get everything set up here at the Fulfilled Spiritpreneur Show, let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. And grab a cup of tea, light a candle, and let's settle in. Oh, that was stupid. Okay. It has been a week already for me here. So I am just like running on coffee and cruise vibes because I only have a couple days now before I go off on a cruise. And I am not packed. Save. Next. Here we go. There is that. So I think we are all set up now. Oh, hello, Andrea. There we go. Ah. So, hey, if you are new here, welcome. I am Lindsay. I'm the founder of Super Secret Powers Coaching and the host of the Fulfilled Spiritpreneur Show. Welcome. Where we talk about what it really takes to build your spiritual business so that it feels aligned, powerful, and profitable. And this is the place for intuitive entrepreneurs, healers, witches, spiritual leaders who are done playing small and ready to create a business that reflects their true power. And today we are talking about something that keeps so many of you stuck in that cycle of burnout and invisibility. And it is the silent burnout loop. And now my phone is in meeting mode. So, if you are a returning listener, of course, say hello in the comments. But if this is your first time to the Fulfilled Spiritpreneur Show, then and drop a star in the comments so we can welcome you properly. Welcome. No, I'm feeling like woohoo today because it's like, all right, we got to show up. We got to be in energy. I have like the Pink Pony Club playing in my brain for the last 24 hours. And I still have to pack and dye my hair and da 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 da. So I'm like, yes, let's move. Let's, shake this. So, why is this silent burnout loop so dangerous and so sneaky? Well, phase one, it kind of begins with the fatigue. And most often we can see this in our content. Like if we look back, like we see like, oh, wow, that that doesn't even sound like fun. why, why would somebody stop and look at that? But you're constantly posting, constantly showing up, but nothing ever feels like it's landing. Like there just is no traction. You're just like, "Do they shadow ban me?" But it's kinda like you're throwing spells that just fizzle out before they even reach the target. And because of that, we kinda like, after we spend some time doing that, we move into phase 2, which is the paralysis in your business. And because the exhaustion has just set in and you stop showing up, and every post and every offer and every launch just starts to feel heavy or so complicated that you can't move through it and you can't make the next decision. So, like, you just don't. You can't. You're just like, I'll do something. I'll figure something out, which moves us to phase 3, the hiding behind the I need to figure things out mentality. So you tell yourself you just need a break or more clarity or some new strategy, right? But the truth is, and listen close. The truth of this is you are waiting for permission to show up powerfully again because you have let the doubt settle in that you should be doing any of this. Let that sink in, right? But the worst part is, the longer you stay in that cycle, the harder it is to break because you're never getting new evidence that you can do this. It's always this perpetual loop of crickets and never feeling quite enough to make anything work. And yet we're relying on our monkey mind brain, which I'll get to in a second, to give us answers to save us again. But drop a 1 in the comments if this is hitting home or if this has ever hit home for you and your business. Because this is where businesses and dreams go to quietly die. Not in those big moments of failure. I mean, that can certainly start to trigger it. But depending on where our mindset and where our energy and where our sense of belief is, it's really that slow erosion of confidence that's so sneaky, right? So give me a 1 in the comments if you know what I am talking about. So, how do we even begin to break this? Well, number 1 is you stop doing more and you stop doing more and you start doing more. You start doing the same things, but with alignment. So, the number 1 mistake we make, especially if you're a creative brain type, um, when we're stuck, is that we need to do more. We need to add more. We need to bolster up our sense of value, confidence, and maybe even fluff up that ego a little bit because we're already starting to feel that sneaky, silent overwhelm kind of drain. But burnout doesn't happen because you aren't working hard enough. I mean, there are only so many things anybody can do, even with a team, in a 24-hour span of time. One day isn't necessarily going to save your business. Maybe it'll get you your next sale, but when you're in that burnout mode and you're so focused on how do I make the next sale, you're not looking at you're not looking at the longevity of your business. You're not looking at how you're feeling when you're experiencing your business. You're stuck in this monkey mind stuff. So, but how do you even know you're in alignment, right? I mean, I'm talking to beautiful spiritual entrepreneurs here. So stop and tune into yourself for a moment. Just take a couple deep breaths, slow that heart rate down. Allow those all those thoughts that are swirling around to just, sink down a little bit further into your body. And what does alignment actually feel like? What does it feel like in your body? Where is it coming from right now? And the more we can practice this and get back into ourselves in our center, the more we're going to be able to recognize when something is a instinctive yes or an instinctive no, or a I have to keep developing this idea because something still feels a little hinky. So alignment in general, though, it should feel powerful and it should feel peaceful. Like, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, let me get to work. And it should be a reflection of your truth in this moment based on what your clients need to hear and feel, because we are talking about business and not just a personal development decision, right? So, what if, and all right, and ask yourself this and pull this down into your aligned center again for a moment. But what if this whole, let's say, content process, what if it is only ever meant to help you get to know your audience better? Because isn't that going to shift how you show up? Isn't that going to shift you away from maybe trying to overprove yourself from imposter syndrome? And couldn't that also then shift you into this position where you're coming from a more natural sense of leadership within yourself so that you can just show up for people to get to know them? And of course, they get you the data you need to. But oh, so instead of randomly posting, try asking yourself, like, what does my audience actually need to hear from me today? What is going to make my business or interactions with my business impactful for them today in this moment based on where I am now? Or what's one message that can make the biggest impact this week? Because then you could always just, keep bringing it back up gently in your content. It doesn't have to be these big grandiose ideas, because we can't lose sight of the fact that our businesses are built on relationships and connection. So drop me a 2 if this is making any sense to you, if this has brought you back into some sort of alignment with where you need to be with your business, right? Because that's the point. We're trying to demonstrate how we can begin to break these cycles, because we don't always need to be in this space where we're like giving ourselves panic attacks or heart attacks because your heart's going, because you're like, oh my God, what do I do? How do I fix this? This is so terrible. Uh, we don't need to live in that space in order to have a successful business. And in fact, that is what begins to prevent us from having a successful business, because we're not making the kinds of aligned choices that are going to make it actually work for us. We're just trying to get through to the next sale instead of looking at how to actually make your business thriving and sustainable and profit filled. But step 2 is really begin to address and acknowledge that whole I have to figure it out lie. Because you don't. You don't have to have the perfect plan. And sometimes the most impactful clarity, the most impactful message, because aren't we all spiritual channels in some sense? Sometimes it comes from action and not overthinking, and from trusting our wisdom to make that connection with and for us. So instead of waiting for the perfect plan, maybe you can make a different commitment. Maybe you can commit to showing up to serve your people this week, even if it's messy, because maybe they can't afford to wait for healing, for shift, for transformation, however it is your business works. So maybe it's just about prioritizing what you can easily offer people right now instead of waiting to build the whole big thing. Because if you start making money right now with quick and simple, high valued offers, you can build yourself the time to grow something more sustainable without trying to kill yourself to get it all done right now with nothing else coming in. Oh, right? Big deep breath. And instead of consuming more strategies, maybe kind of pause and ask yourself, those alignment questions again. What does feel good in my business? How do I feel good showing up right now? So that you can double down on that and then reframe or dig a little bit around why there's resistance for the things that are draining you. But maybe don't focus on that. Maybe save that for your personal development journaling right now, right? And you just prioritize how you can quickly just pull in the cash and create impact right now. Because half the time, it isn't the offer that is the problem. It's our protector selves wondering if we're going to grow the boundaries that we need within the offers to make them sustainable for us. So, cutting back on the overgiving and the overpromising and focusing on just how seamlessly transformation comes just from setting up a couple meetings, right? And let's get real. What is the one thing that you have been waiting to figure out that has been keeping you from showing up? Drop that in the chat so we can talk about that, so we can just blow it out of the water because you don't need that. Your clients, they can't afford to wait. They've been manifesting help and support around this thing that they're going through. And it's time to just make it easy for you and for them. The third step is, and this comes with a little bit of actual homework. The third step is to call your power back and to own your leadership again. Burnout isn't just physical, it's of course energetic, right? It's a sign that we have been leaking power instead of standing in it, or we've been giving it away to ideas, concepts, limiting beliefs, generational patterns, society patterns, blah, 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 whatever, all that. Yeah. So your homework is create a small power reclamation ritual. Grab a candle, take a moment to close your eyes if you just need to do something simple, and say out loud, I call my energy back. All of my wisdom, all of my passion, My highest medicine, it is within me now, and so it is. And imagine every piece of yourself that has been scattered in that misalignment maze in your business, from overthinking, from feeling invalidated, from where our ego maybe felt a little bruised from, a result or a launch that didn't go the way you wanted it to. Feel it all returning to you, because none of it ever meant that you weren't worthy. So if you're ready to step back into your power, drop a fire emoji in the comments, or I claim this in the chat. And I love to see that. I'd love to see all those beautiful spiritual entrepreneurs and leaders reclaiming their power. Because you are not just another content creator or service provider or just another Reiki person. You are a leader, a trailblazer, a disruptor. And when you're in burnout, you forget that. And you don't have the energy to support yourself in that. But what if instead of seeing visibility as a burden or something that you have to do to prove your worth, you saw it maybe as something more powerful, like an act of rebellion? And what if every time you show up, you break a generational pattern of women being told to stay small? And what if every time you sell, you dismantle the belief that spiritual entrepreneurs can't be wildly abundant and masters of wealth energies? And what if every time you post, you are literally rewriting the rules of success in this industry? Because you aren't meant to fit in a box. You are the path. You are not just a business owner, you are a movement. And movements don't stop because of algorithms, trolls, or doubt. Because that call just keeps coming right back to you, doesn't it? Drop a 3 in the comments if you feel that. So, let's shake up those energies again a bit. I have a wonderful Galentine's Day promotion for you, and I'm giving you something incredible. So, if you join the Mystic Success Society, that's my private membership, before February 21st, you are going to get the Mystic Soul Expansion Bundle, which is worth $600, but it is absolutely free because I want my Galentines of spiritual leaders and visionaries and catalysts and alchemists to rise and thrive again. So what is in this magic bundle? Well, there is a intuition activation mini course. It's 4 parts, and it helps you design a whole ritual and reclamation of your innate abilities. There is the Discover Your Authentic Meditation workshop, so you can begin grounding and centering and coming back into your personal power and building that up again from a new way, because maybe you need a fluffer. Maybe you need to fluff those skills back out. Maybe you need to delve deeper into how your body and your energy mechanics actually work within you. And of course, there are light language transmissions and a manifestation meditation. But the big thing, at least it's big for me recently, is a Mystic Journal mini daily tool. So it is a specific prompt that I have been like working on and cultivating that I have built into a custom GPT that will help record and analyze all of the patterns, whether it's, the star patterns or your dream patterns or your health or your emotions, uh, so that you can have and you can gain even deeper insight and clarity into what you've been experiencing in your own becoming, in your own growth, and as you begin to write the next chapter of your successful life. And it is one of those things that, like, it's so deep for what it is, because I mean, like, who thinks to use AI for this? Um But it makes me cry. I mean, I sit there and I write about my day and I'm like, and then it's like, "But you're wonderful. Look at everything you're doing and you're hoping for and you're trying for." And I'm like, "Oh my god, you're so right." But no, it is deep, and it helps me see all of those patterns in my daily tarot practice as well, and it really, like, helps me pull things together to see my life in a new way. But you get the daily meditation tool for that. I mean, that's almost a priceless thing, but all of it is worth over $600 of transformational tools for your life, and it is for free when you purchase your membership in the Mystic Success Society. And that only starts at $77 a month. But I mean, you get so much, and you are going to continue to get so much more because I am really starting to weave in like AI custom tools and agents and all of that, because I'm getting certified for doing that into the society, and of course into my private work, so you can have more deeply customized things faster. Um, but the society has four sessions a month, one each week. We have, of course, the mini mind Q&A one. We have an accountability session. We have an energy shift session, and we have a monthly enchant your business workshop, which is going to really hone in on the skills that you need. The last one we did was really the ins and outs of content planning and how to do it and what it means. And, so you can really decide intention filled about how you want to show up, because it's not just grab a framework. I mean, there's a reason why we're all using content. And I think the more we understand that, the more we can build this quote unquote spell. And they really don't mean that in a cliche way. I mean, our content plans are like building a spell. We have to have that level of clarity in what we want to see, right? So, I mean, these topics go deep. This isn't just another, you know, let's manifest wealth kind of course. This really is a evolution of bringing conscious presence and really universal truths in alignment with business strategy and what you actually need to build something that feels so powerfully raw and authentic to you that your magic makes you unforgettable. And it comes with, over 70 lessons in the membership vault. And let me put the link for that up here. There's this. And then, of course, if you buy before the 21st, you're going to get the Galentine's Day special bonus. And let me also find the linkity link for those who actually need a link and not just a QR code. Comments. Well, I will continue to put those links out there because I am streaming to a couple different platforms right now. So just give me a minute. And yeah, I'll do that afterward. Just give me a minute after we end this live. So how was it? What was your big nugget from today? Tell me in the comments, and we will chat about it. And of course, hit hashtag replay if you are joining us on a replay. But let me know if you have any questions about the promotion or any questions about your business, any questions about um, really how to start breaking this silent burnout phase so that you can return to your power and create beautiful, easy, and flowing impact for your people today, tomorrow, instead of waiting, waiting for it to, I don't know, because there's so many things that I've even told myself about what I'm waiting for, and none of it ever mattered. None of it. So don't believe it. That's probably just ego. Probably just your protector self talking. But don't forget to follow, like, and share. Share this with your business galentine. And yeah, I will be on again next Wednesday. And of course, if you are in the Mystic Society already, tomorrow is our accountability call. So, remember to put that on your calendar if it's not there already. All right. I love you all. Stay magical. Stay in your power. Aho.